These people would line us up in front of a firing squad and kill us if they could. We know exactly who the Democrats are. Their mask is off.
I thought at first she was talking about the MAGA movement. I thought, oh, that makes a certain amount of sense considering that it was two MAGA Republicans that made attempts on Trump's life last year and another MAGA Republican who blew up a Cybertruck outside of a Trump building. No, it turns out she was confused and she was weirdly talking about Democrats for some reason there. But anyway, when you go to the full context, it's actually an even stupider and worse point than it seemed at first. Take a look.
I gave a speech last night. We got to fight today because they're not. All this unity with them is totally phony. They don't believe it. They're going to try to chop block President Trump and get Hakeem Jeffries back in and impeach him. Your thoughts?
Completely.
Steve, there's no unity. No, absolutely not. No, these people would line us up in front of a firing squad and kill us if they could. We know exactly who the Democrats are.
Okay, so yeah, look, we know that her brain is so simple that even getting to projection requires her to sweat a little bit. But that's all this is of the right in general, but particularly for Marjorie Greene, noted member of the TDR audience. She had previously said, I'll remind you, when we're trying to establish who is it that's constantly like pining for the use of violence in politics. So when talking about Liz Cheney, she said that Liz Cheney was a very dumb individual. She's a radical war hawk. Let's see her with the rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her. Okay, let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face. Now, she's not actually calling her for her to be killed there, but she's fantasizing about someone she disagrees with being shot in the face with 9 rifles. She previously liked posts online about Nancy Pelosi being shot in the head. Again, people she disagrees with. She likes the idea that they'll be murdered violently. She did also say not that long ago that if the Capitol attack had been under her watch, they would have brought guns and they would have succeeded, because when she fantasizes about January 6th, she imagines having an AR-15 and gunning down all of her colleagues. That's what it is. And she's, of course, an apologist for the people who violently tried to overturn the results of the last election. There is a movement in American politics that uses political violence. We see it everywhere. They use it against Democrats, they use it against migrants, they use it against black churches and synagogues. Hell, they even use it against Donald Trump and Trump buildings. It's the right. It's always been the right. Marjorie, Brett, any thoughts?
But like, she's the representative of that arm specifically. Something that gets me very frustrated these days is like the way the move is in political discourse is any big movement has a lot of different kinds of people in it. And the way to nullify that movement is to find one kind of person in it and say that it represents the whole thing. Marjorie Taylor Greene be like, the left is violent because Antifa burned an Apple store in Portland. All right, obviously Antifa is not the people who said they were Antifa, who gives a crap, but like the people who did that are not representative of the huge group of people on the left who are resisting Trump and fighting for Black Lives Mattering. But Marjorie Taylor, like, I would say that the scariest and worst part of Trumpism is like the violent MAGA extremists, of whom Marjorie Taylor Greene is a proud representative.
Yeah.
So she does represent the part of that movement that I don't like. And she is pretending that the entire opposition movement is full of people way worse than someone who would go in and like burn an Apple store. That's what's insane, especially if like there are bullets whizzing by Trump's head that were shot by a Republican. Period.
Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.